welcome to Good Life, the health show with me, Puja. Well, this is a show that focuses on providing you with solutions to your health-related issues, lifestyle, and much more. Well, viewers, it's normal for children to be fussy eaters. That is, to not like the taste, shape, color or texture of particular foods. It's also normal for children to like something one day but dislike it the next, to refuse new foods and to eat more or less from day to day. Now, this all happens because fussy eating is part of children's development and it's a way of exploring their environment and asserting their independence. So, to discuss on nutrition for children, we are being joined today by Sweta Himatsingka, nutritionist from Goenka Nursing Home and Fitness Science Studio. So, not to waste any more time, I'll straight away move to Sweta and talk more on the topic which we have taken today. Well, thank you so much, Sweta, for joining to Good Life, the health show today. So, Sweta, the topic which we have taken today is, of course, a very much concerning topic for the parents out there. It's about the fussy eaters, fussy children's who don't like to eat someday this or someday that. So what is the role of diet in school-going children? My first question to you. But at first, we would like to tell you that what would you like to tell our viewers who are watching you at this point in time about you? Like you are in Goenka Nursing Home and also in charge in the fitness studio. So what is the role of a nutritionist? What would you like to tell?
Yeah, first of all, thank you Northeast Live for having me here. It is an absolute pleasure. I'm Sweta Himatsingka, internationally certified health coach expert and clinically certified by the Institute of Fitness and Science. So basically, I deal with IPT and OPT patients at Goenka Nursing Home, and also I deal with IVF patients in order to enhance their fertility rate. And also at Fitness Science Studio, we deal with patients and deal in a holistic way, be it losing weight or any other medical issues like PCOS, diabetes, cholesterol, pregnancy, obesity, child nutrition. We love to empower people with good health and sustainable nutrition. I have already transformed 1,000+ clients pan-India and globally. And yes, I want to make all of you best version of yourself.
So at a very young age, and you look absolutely beautiful as well. So we can make our nutritionist like you looks this way, what you are decked up or you have maintained yourself. So our viewers will know about you as well, and also about the role of school children who are not proper in their diet. Maybe sometimes their parents are very much like worried about what to give them properly, how to maintain their proper diet as well. But for that, viewers, our numbers are flashed on your television screen. So if you have any queries regarding the topic which we have taken today, please call up and ask your question. Sweta Himatsingka is with us, nutritionist from Goenka Nursing Home and Fitness Science Studio, so give you all the answer. All right, Sweta, coming to you again. Now, first question, role of diet in school-going children. What would be that?
Appropriate feeding practices, if followed during the early stages of life, is going to have, physical, mental, psychological, and even social benefits, right? When a child goes to school, it is very important to serve them a proper balanced meal. Because even a slightest deficiency of any kind of vitamins and minerals, your zinc level, your vitamin B12 level, your calcium level, your iron level, is going to hamper the overall growth and development. Right? It can lead to obesity, insulin resistance, lack of immune response, lack of bone mass, loss of muscle mass. The skin may look pale, and the list goes on and on. And we all know that it is directly linked to obesity also. So you have to take care of the child's diet, and we all know that during this stage the child appetite fluctuates a lot. One day he is going to eat a lot, and the second day he is not going to eat at all. And as parents, it becomes very difficult for us to monitor our children. But as long as we are providing a variety of colors, variety of food to our child, then we don't have to worry about. And also, when a child goes to school, he's not going to learn about academics, but he's also going to learn about how to socialize, how to mingle up with their friends, how to, and they are going to get influenced by the dietary and eating patterns of the children, right? And again, as a parent, it becomes very difficult for us to monitor and cater to the nutritional requirement of the child. But friends, don't compare a child with others, because a child who likes to sit and play the nutritional requirement, the calorie requirement will be completely different from that child who likes to run all the time, who is super active. Right? Don't compare कि उसका बच्चा इतना खाता है and मेरा बच्चा कुछ नहीं खाता है. Just observe and monitor your child and feed them accordingly.
Okay, so every child is different. What we have to tell the parents or the viewers who are watching our show, every child is different. Every child's nutrition is also different. Like you can't like compare with the other children if that child is having a lot or is in a proper diet, your child is not. So you don't have to worry because nutritionists like Sweta Himatsingka are there. So to help you out with all the proper diet, so call up and ask your questions. Our numbers are flashed on your television screens. All right, Sweta, coming to you again. Now, various nutrients that must be taken into consideration while planning meals for school children. So on that note, what would you like to tell the parents?
Actually, last year study was conducted and it was shown that approx 21% of the school-going children eat veggies just once a day. 34% of the school-going children eat fruits just once a day. And 44% of the school-going children eat junk food almost weekly. And 46% of the school-going children drink soft drinks almost daily. Isn't this alarming? It is actually showing where we parents are lacking and where the young generation are heading. So it is very important to make them understand the role of various macronutrients. The protein, we all know it is the most important macronutrient, right? And it is also the most ignored macronutrient. Why it is the most ignored macronutrient? Because in Indian family, our meals are basically carbs oriented, right? And there are so many myths revolving around protein. For example, dal is a source of protein. कितना जन को यही लगता है ना, dal is a source of protein. But dal is a primary source of carbs with less amount of protein in that.
And so this was not known to anyone.
And it is also not a complete amino acid profile. But when a dal, that is a lentil, is combined with a grain, that is a rice, then it becomes a complete source of protein. It becomes a full package of amino acid profile. So जो सोचते हैं ना कि बच्चे लोग को दाल सर्व कर दिया है.
If the child is only taking dal, so like we are giving them carbs?
Yeah, carbs and little amount of protein, but you have to combine it with rice to make it a rich, complete amino acid profile. So it is very important to include other food, that is protein-rich food, and then also complete amino acid profile. For example, you can include your paneer, your soya, your tofu. If you're non-vegetarian, you can include your fish, your eggs, your chicken. Yes, because lack of protein is going to hamper the muscle mass, it is going to hamper the bone density, it is going to hamper the brain development, especially in school-going child. So it is very, very important. At least 1.3 gram per kg body weight of protein is recommended.
So development starts at a very tender age and a proper diet also starts at a very tender age. So parents have to be really concerned when you choose things or choose a diet or food for your children.
Yes, and also carbs. Right? The second most macronutrients, carbohydrates. 40 to 45% of the total calorie intake is recommended. 40 to 45% is very, very important because we all know that carbohydrates is the primary source of energy for various activities, especially for children. And it is a primary source of glucose for the brain. But you have to be very careful. The right amount of carbs has to be served. There are simple carbs which comes from your cookies, your junk food, all your sugary items, right? And there are complex carbs.
Which is nowadays seen very commonly in children,
whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, your lentils, your legumes, all your millets, right? So you have to strike a balance. You just can't restrict your child for not having simple carbs. Give them simple carbs, but more of complex carbs, and it is very important to balance them. And also fat. Fat should not be considered as enemy here. We often fear fat, but again, the right amount of fat, the proper quality and quantity of fat is very important. For example, fat which are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, your olives, your nuts, your avocados is very, very important. In body, there has to be balance between omega-3 and omega-6. And trans fat, your deep fried food, especially French fries, right? Most common thing, very popular among children, has to be restricted. Saturated fat that comes from your ghee, your vegetable oil should be restricted to 10%. Because, you know, healthy fats are so important for the brain development of your child, for the hormonal health, especially in female child, right? And also it is very important for the absorptions of various vitamins A, D, E and K.
So fats are also important, like the notion which the people have in their mind is like fat is not that.
Yes,
but
the right amount, the right quality,
amount.
right quantity, because 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 kilocalories.
Okay.
1 gram of carbs and protein is 4 kilocalories. So while feeding fat, you have to be very mindful, aware regarding the quantity of fat, right?
And also about the quantity and like how much to give or not. So nutritionists will be the best ones to suggest you, to give you the proper chart that what is to be given and what is to be not given.
Yes, because every macronutrients has to be balanced.
Absolutely,
Protein, carbs and fats, right?
Okay,
अगर fats ज़्यादा increase करोगे, तो अगर साथ में carbs भी ज़्यादा increase होगा, तो सब mismatch हो जाएगा.
Okay, Sweta, we have a phone call, so let's take the phone. Hello.
नमस्ते मैम.
हाँ.
हाँ, मैं मैम से एक बात पूछना चाहता हूँ. मेरा वेट बहुत ही कम है, तो क्या क्या इंक्लूड करने से मेरा वेट ठीक रहेगा?
Okay, weight बहुत कम है.
Yes, yeah, thank you for calling. Yes, weight कम है, तो you have to include more of complex carbs in your diet, and it has to be very, very balanced. You can include your rice, you can balance it with good amount of protein, you can include good amount of healthy fats, your peanut butter include karo, you can include your whey protein, you can include, nuts. Handful of nuts will contain around 200 to 300 calories. So include more of calorie dense food. You can include your paneer, you can include your eggs. But weight gain karna hai to, it is very important to eat beyond your maintenance calories, right? You have to be in surplus calories. So there is no particular food that can lead to weight loss or weight gain. It has to be proper calculated. कितना maintenance calories है, उस पे हम लोग फिर surplus add करते हैं. Then only the person gains weight. There is no particular food कि आप ये खा लो तो you are going to
gain weight,
right? So it has to be customized, but you can include all this calorie dense food, but good food, not junk food.
Okay, all right. That was, of course, will be benefited with the viewer who have just called up at this point in time. Now, Sweta, coming to you. Now, we have often seen a few children's like they are deficient in iron, calcium. So what is the cause behind that? What is the reason behind that? And how can one fix it?
Yes, again, last year around 1 billion cases was shown of iron deficiency, and children between 11 to 14 years are more to iron deficiency. And if a male child grows, the iron requirement decreases, but if a female child grows, the iron requirement increases because of the loss of blood during menstruation.
Right.
So we have to keep a check on iron levels, especially if your child is female. You can include your spinach, your broccoli, your ragi, all your millets, right?
Okay.
Your dates, your apricots, even your lentils and legumes, right? To keep your iron levels on point. But again, iron is not going to get absorbed if your vitamin C levels are not on point. This is the biggest mistake parents are doing, right? Green vegetables they are serving, but they are not concentrating on the vitamin C rich food.
That is very important.
Yes, because iron is not going to get absorbed if vitamin C levels are not on point.
So that has also to be balanced with...
Yes. For example, if you are serving poha, which is rich in iron, but if you sprinkle and squeeze little lemon juice, then it becomes a complete iron-rich food. Right?
Okay.
So include berries, include your sweet lime, include your oranges to make it a whole meal. And also it is very important to distance your iron-rich meal along with caffeine. At least 1 hour of gap is very, very important because there are certain inhibitors in caffeine that actually prevents the iron absorptions. And also calcium, right? Calcium, we all know, is the most abundant mineral found in the bone, and calcium deficiency is not going to affect the bone mass quality-wise, but also quantity-wise. So it is very important to include calcium-rich food, your tofu, your paneer, all your milk products, right? Even your millets, ragi, rajma, your chia seeds, your sunflower seeds, right? And again, along with calcium, it is very important to keep a check on vitamin D.
Okay, vitamin D is also very important.
Because calcium is not going to get absorbed if vitamin D levels are not on point. And we all know about vitamin D because of COVID, right?
Very good.
And also it has been shown that most of the cases of calcium deficiency have come forward because of the deficiency in vitamin D.
Okay.
And we all know that vitamin D is produced in the body in the presence of sunlight.
So one thing is for sure, like everything is related. So
Yes.
you have to take care of every vitamins like D, C. And of course, you mentioned it correct that during COVID, this vitamin C and vitamin D, people have come to know about very much. And they were more concerned about their vitamin Ds because like...
Popping supplements like
Yes.
anything and not fixing their diet. That was the biggest mistake they were doing.
Okay.
And also, you know, sunshine, right? But the quality, the reason, the area, the texture, all is going to...
How much you needed.
Yeah, the 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Timing is recommended. You must expose your skin to sunshine during that time for better absorptions.
Okay.
Because, you know, in vegetarians, there are fortified cereals you can include. And if you're non-vegetarian, you can include your egg yolk and fish. So everything has to be balanced, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Sweta, we'll have more conversation, but we'll have to take a break now. All right, viewers, we'll slip into a short break, but do come back soon because we have lots more on the other side. Welcome back, viewers. You're still watching Good Life, the health show with me, Puja, and we are having a fruitful discussion with Sweta Himatsingka, their nutritionist. Well, Sweta, coming back to you again. Earlier to break, we had a good knowledge about how to set a proper diet for your children, school-going children. We are talking about. Now, let's talk about one of the major concerns that parents has nowadays about obesity.
Yes.
Oh, what would you like to tell on that?
Yes, obesity has actually become a major concern for most of the parents, and it is not going to affect the physical health but also the psychological health.
Okay.
We all know that obesity is linked with diabetes and various cardiovascular diseases, and if a child is obese in his childhood, then he is likely to get obese in his adulthood too.
Right.
तो ये सोच के बैठे कि बच्चा बड़ा होगा तो अपने आप पतला हो जाएगा, तो ये this is
Major
the biggest,
concern for parents.
major concern. And generally we blame obesity for genetic factors for obesity, right?
Okay.
Obesity is linked with genetic factors, but if genetic factors is combined with the increase in the sedentary lifestyle of the child, is combined with the increase in the energy intake, is combined with the increase in the energy intake of all wrong kind of food, then it leads to obesity. Only genetic factors should not be blamed. And the major concern is that parents' role, be a role model to the child. Your habit has to be in line with your child.
Okay.
You can't expect your child to eat green vegetables if you are eating chips in front of them.
Okay.
And study was conducted and it was found that a family who eat together, the likelihood to eat good food, healthy food increases compared to child who sit in front of television.
Nowadays, we see these things like the screen time has increased in children because both the parents, they work outside, and for what happens is like screen time has become more important for the children, and for that food timing or the necessity of sitting on a dining table and having food with your family has lessened. So on that note, what would you like to tell
Yes,
Sweta?
the screen time, especially the social media, Facebook, Instagram, TV shows, right, has become
We've seen
a
that
major
kids
concern.
are also too much attracted to
Yes,
these
because,
nowadays.
you know, and a study was actually conducted and it was shown that with every additional hour a child sit in front of television, the chances of getting obese increases by 2%.
Okay.
Especially the advertisement and all the, you know, attractive food products which are shown, right? Because they are made such that your child gets attracted and overindulged, right? Health be, taste be and whatnot, right? So it is very important to limit the screen time. Involve in any kind of physical activity, encourage your child to play any kind of sports he is fond of, right? Try to make your child happy, because an active child is happy child. And also it is very important to limit the consumption of fast food.
Okay.
When both the parents are working and being fast food joints in close proximity, being fast food joint, being so accessible, being inexpensive, it has become a go-to places for most of the families.
Right.
So as parent, it is very important to see where we are taking our child to eat, and especially sugary drinks.
Okay.
Right? With sugary drinks, I'm not just referring to colas and sodas, but also fruit juices.
Okay.
Because they're very high in sugar level, very low in nutritional content, and very high in calories, and it is not going to fill you up.
It's always better to give raw fruits rather than giving those sugary items as well.
Yes. And also, you know, social norms. Food has been directly linked with manipulation, social drama, mental torture, right? Jaldi homework finish karo, I'm going to give you one chocolate.
So these are the bribes and
marks, yes. Ek pizza party to banta hai and what not. These are the random conversation going on in our homes in
so this is not the way to like handle the fussy eaters, we are telling, because like giving bribes won't help your children to have a good diet, isn't it? So how to handle fussy eaters, Sweta? Is like because there will be parents, you can whenever a parent come to you, what is the first thing? You take the case history, of course, like what is exactly the problem with the children, and then how do you start up? How do you start?
Actually, it is very important to cater to the root cause, right? We can't blame our child that he is not eating fruits and vegetables. We have to reflect within ourselves, where are we lacking? For example, we have to be very mindful while dealing with our child. We should never use the word dietary preferences, good food or bad food, right? Instead, we should use the word yummy, tasty. For example, a salad is being served. Instead of saying ki this is so healthy, use the terms this is so yummy, this is so colorful. This would help the child to develop a better relationship with the food and make the meal timing the best time of the day.
And interesting dishes as well, I guess.
Yes, you can cut the bread sandwiches and into different shapes and sizes so that the child, you know, gets attracted to that particular character. Involve them in meal planning and grocery shopping. If your child is small, you can encourage them with the cleaning of vegetables. So this will help to better the child relationship with the food.
Okay. All right. Now, of course, parents will be knowing to get a message from you, Sweta, there. Now, a piece of advice for the mothers who are watching our show at this point in time.
As a woman, I take extremely pride in the fact that today's women are so career-oriented. Chasing ambition is good, but not at the cost of your health. Especially female who have child, right? I can totally understand that we female have to juggle between responsibilities now more than ever. Ghar, bache, professional career, targets, deadlines and what not. Parents, dekhne do bache ko ki how we mother are juggling between responsibilities and still taking care of our health, giving our health the utmost priority. Bache log wo hi dekhenge jo sikhenge. So having a child should not mean that you have no time, but it should mean that you should take your time because you are the one who can make a fitter life a reality, a dream for your home. मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि fitter moms make fitter homes. This is so true.
This is actually true because like the working women who have to take care of their health as well, who have to take care of the home and as well as their children. Now on that note, like parents of course have to make a proper meal timing, and for that encouragement is very much important and psychologically help is also very much important. Now Sweta, also children need some psychological help while tackling the obese patients, obese children and all. So on that note, how do you handle, do you have a team of psychologists who tackle these children?
Yes, we have a team of psychologists. Even I do personal counseling
because
it is very important to cater to the root cause, right? For example, I have a child client who has this allergy to fruits and vegetables psychologically, right?
So psychologically,
yes, जैसे OCD होता है ना, वैसे उसको fruits and vegetables से problem है. देखने से ही if some other are eating fruits and vegetables in front of them, he is going to leave the room.
Any kind of fruit?
Yes, fruits and vegetables. So we are dealing, we are just trying to counsel him, we are trying to curb the root cause, right? And now at least he is, you know, eating beetroot puree along with his paratha. Because counseling करने के बाद we got to know that he has the problem with the texture.
With the texture, okay. So if it is present, if it is
in
given
the puree
in
form,
some,
yes. So we are trying to include that, right? And later stages we are going to grade the vegetables and include in his diet, and similarly because
so
it is a step-by-step process. You can't rotate at once 360 degree, right?
And it's not only about the nutritionist as well, but also the help of the parents and how the children are taking up all your advice and all your diet plans as well, isn't it?
Because I deal personally one-to-one with all the child, right? Because parents ka baat koi nahi sunta, right? So I deal.
It happens with everybody. Like parents ka baat koi nahi sunega. They will only hear the nutritionist or the other person, whoever is, maybe their relatives or cousins. They will hear their talks. more than their parents as well, isn't
and
it?
it is very important to build a good relationship with your client, especially your child client.
Right.
डर भी नहीं होना चाहिए. There has to be healthy
friendly
relationship so that they can open up, right?
All right. Thank you, Sweta, for giving us those valuable information at this point in time. And viewers, with this, we have come to the end of the show, and we hope that we were able to answer all your queries in the best possible way. And in our next episode, we will be discussing on some other important health issues. So if you have any queries, do join us next Saturday at 3:30 p.m. live. Till then, stay healthy, stay fit, and keep watching Northeast Live. Goodbye.